Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Cynicalex, and this is absolutely huge because December or January's update may have been revealed to us. Cosmic Invasion, Marvel's Cosmic Invasion, a brand new 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up game is coming out very soon. I believe it launches December 1st on Switch and PC and stuff like that. And they announced a collaboration. Cosmic collaborations are on their way in Marvel Strike Force, Marvel Snap, Marvel Rivals, Marvel Puzzle Quest, Marvel Contest of Champions, and your boy, Marvel Future Fight. That's us, boys. That's us right there. Let's go. The official post says, as we approach the Marvel Cosmic Invasion launch on December 1st, get ready for upcoming collaborations, special content, and events with other Marvel Games titles in coming weeks, alongside a very special Marvel Cosmic Invasion update early next year. Absolutely pumped for this. Big shout out to Dash Pulse for tagging me in this. A bunch of people tagged me in this. I was loosely following Cosmic Invasion because it looks really cool and it reminds me of games that I played, you know, as a child, but it never really occurred to me that there could be a collab. I didn't think that Marvel was going to collab that much, but after the Rivals collab with MFF, I should have known. I should have at least put it out there, you know, had it on people's radar and stuff like that. But I'm very, very excited for this. So this is their like launch trailer here. It's got 300,000 views in a month, and you can see a bunch, if not all, of the playable characters, as well as the titular main villain. And of course, if it's a cosmic invasion of bugs and aliens, it's going to be Annihilus. So this is really exciting, and Annihilus is what I want to focus on, but the reason why I want to focus on Annihilus as a potential update, as a potential character, is because of the rest of the characters that are possible if we're going to get a full-blown collab update. Now, I don't want to get our hopes too high, first of all, because we know, for example, in the Rivals collab, it was just one uniform. It was just magic. We were thinking, oh, it's going to be Namor, Magneto, Cloak and Dagger, right? Like a whole thing, just one uniform. However, if you take a look on their Wikipedia page, they list all of the playable characters. And we have all of these characters in the game already. I'll read them out for you in case you can't read it right now. But it's Beta Ray Bill, Black Panther, Captain America, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Iron Man, Nova, Phoenix Jean Grey, Phyla-Vell, Rocket Raccoon, She-Hulk, Silver Surfer, Spider-Man, Storm, Venom, Wolverine. We have all of those characters in the game. And then most of the villains that you will see in the trailers include, you know, MODOK, Sentinels, characters, again, that we already have in the game. The only character that we don't have in the game in some form or another is Annihilus himself. So that is the first big reason why I'm really pulling for Annihilus. If we take a look at this other video where we can pause it and see all of the playable characters, you can see everybody that I read out here, but you can just see some pretty cool animations. Now, we could still not get Annihilus. There's a possibility that we don't get Annihilus, and instead we get just a uniform, right? Like let's imagine it's just like Rivals, and we're just going to get one uniform. Well, if we're just going to get one uniform, then I think the characters that most make sense for it are either Nova or Phyla-Vell. And the reason why I choose Nova Phyla-Vell, you can see Phyla-Vell here, very unique, right? Different haircut. It's the female version. I mean, cool sprite there, but the sword as well. This is pretty unique, right? This doesn't really fit any of the Quasars. Sorry, did I say Quasar? Phyla-Vell. It doesn't fit the existing Phyla-Vell that we have because this is like a more human version of Phyla-Vell. And then with Nova, it's a little bit different as well because Nova has hair sticking out of the helmet. So I also think it's possible for one of those two characters to get uniforms. However, it's also possible that they just do someone like Iron Man. I think that's on the table. I think Cap, Black Panther, Storm, Wolverine, Venom, none of these characters, Silver Surfer, She-Hulk, Beta Ray Bill, Spider-Man, Rocket, they all look way too similar to what we already have in the game. So it really just comes down to either, you know, maybe Cosmic Ghost Rider, maybe, or Iron Man, or like I said, Phyla-Vell or Nova Richard Rider. That is sort of the minimum, in my opinion. However, I'm much more excited about the possibility of Annihilus, and I think it would just be so amazing. You can see, yeah, Phyla-Vell with that really cool cosmic sword there. I think Annihilus would be absolutely incredible to get as a brand new playable character, native tier 2, native tier 3, native tier 4, whatever you want to do. It's very ambitious for a collab for sure, but I think it's, you know, I think it's possible, and I think the devs would be, you know, silly to pass up on that opportunity. I don't know, maybe they can't do it. Maybe there's limitations to what they can do. Maybe they just have to advertise it from a hero's point of view, sort of in the way that, you know, when Apple products appear in movies and TV shows, they can only be used by heroes. So if you guys notice, the villains will never use Apple products, and this is kind of like built into their contracts that they sign. Maybe the way that they want to do collabs for these games is they just pick on the heroes, not the villains. And when you stop and think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. If you look at Fortnite, for example, yeah, they do a lot of collabs. And sure, sometimes the collabs feature villains, like, oh, you got the Demogorgon or you got Vecna for Stranger Things and stuff like that. But the vast majority of their collabs are almost exclusively heroes when they're pulling from the content, that, you know, from different IPs, right? So the heroes are really at the focus, and it makes sense, right? And then again, Marvel Future Fight's a much smaller game. They don't have a lot of resources. I don't think they're going to commit to a full update. It's probably just going to be an extra mid-month like we got for Magic. But I really, really hope, I'm just really crossing my fingers for Knots. I'm not going to give you guys the whole Annihilus spiel, the speech. I've done at least 2 or 3 videos on him and why he would just be so amazing in the game, whether as a world boss, whether as a GBR, whether as like a crystal character, it doesn't really matter. He would just be so insanely cool. He's powerful. He has that kind of like, he's larger than life, kind of like Thanos and Galactus and these other big villains. He has that possibility. He can kind of like invade the game, so to speak. They could do a whole game mode, a whole new game mode where you're like overrun by bugs, just based on Annihilus, right? That's really how influential he can be. Now, on top of that, I do want to highlight something that someone posted on Twitter here, because it's absolutely tremendous. They posted it on the forums as well, but it just goes to show you how talented people are, and it just goes to show you how many good ideas that there are out there. So it's gonna take me a second here, but this person right here, Gabrium, they tagged me. Look at this, an idea for a possible future giant boss raid. Hopefully you appreciate it. Of course, this is amazing. And they also listed it on Reddit, and they also listed it on the forums, so you can go and check it out there if you prefer. It's here on the forums, on the Netmarble Future Fight forums. Wow, that was really slow. But yeah, and this is just really, really good work. Really, really, really nice work. So you've got like a page here where you can, you know, fight Isan the Searcher, new Celestial. You have, of course, some updated rewards for this sort of newer GBR boss. You remove Master Mold and make Galactus the one at the bottom, or maybe there's a scroll and you can, I don't know, but you kind of get the point here. You still have the CTP drop, you still have the Soul of the Palatine, it's a little bit higher. You got some animations here. I don't know where they got these animations from, but this is really cool. It's very similar to the Dormammu boss fight, and that's okay because, you know, we don't want to stress the devs out with lots of crazy demands, but this would just be super cool, and it would give players a new game mode to test, you know, to limit test their characters, because as we know, nowadays if it takes longer than a minute for Dormammu, it's garbage, right? Dormammu is we're just shredding Dormammu. It really feels like Galactus felt before Tier 4s came out. It's kind of time for a new GBR. I have privately asked the devs for a new GBR. I didn't really like the answer I got to sort of give you guys an answer without giving you an answer. It wasn't a pretty one, so I don't want to put too much hope in this, but I did want to kind of marry these two ideas together, or pair these two ideas together, because obviously Annihilus would make an amazing GBR. Now that's probably way too much to expect from a collab, that they do a whole update with a whole game mode around a character from another game. I get that, but at the same time, it just fits so well. And I did want to really, you know, I wanted to shout out Gabriel here, because they went as far as to add in, you know, new kinds of rewards. It's very, very detailed. It's a very detailed breakdown. And although I don't know if the devs will ever do this idea, I have to say that when you put this kind of effort in, and frankly, this is the kind of effort that I don't have the energy to put in anymore. I used to a long time ago with this game, you know, 4 or 5 years ago. This kind of stuff does inspire the devs in one way or another. So we might not get this exact thing, but who knows? Maybe it was 50-50 to get a new GBR, and the devs see this and it gets enough traction and it gets some people excited over at Marvel Future Fight, and they run with it. Or maybe they see that enough people like the idea, right, because of the feedback on the forums and the feedback online, and that gives them an impression that, hey, this could work. So if you like these kinds of ideas, guys, I highly recommend that you you know, engage with them. Look at this, 127. Let's make it 128. 128 upvotes on Reddit. That's you know, That's not a small amount. And you have to imagine there's not that many players on Reddit these days. I mean, you can even see how many are online at any given time. Well, not from here. I don't know how to do it. Anyways. You know, this is meaningful, and it's kind of like free advertising for them, but it also helps them. It also helps to guide them when they need ideas for updates. So I think it's possible here. I think the best idea would be to marry it with Annihilus, but either way, I'm really excited. And I love collabs. It obviously extends the life of the game because it gets more people to check it out. Certainly, some people who play MFF will try Cosmic Invasion. I know there's already people in my alliance excited for this game, etc. But also, the reverse is true. That some people will play Cosmic Invasion, and then they'll hear, oh, some other game has, you know, somebody from Cosmic Invasion. I really like the design on, you know, Nova, or I really like the design on Iron Man. And, oh, you're telling me I can play that in this game called Marvel Future Fight? Oh, cool. I'll go check it out. And then they come and check it out, and then they like the game, and, you know, Bob's your uncle, that kind of thing. We got a huge influx of players when Marvel Heroes shut down. We got a huge influx of players, not a huge influx. We got, you know, some players from Marvel Rivals when the collab happened, and this is probably going to be no different. So, yeah, I'm trying to keep my hopes under control here. Probably we're just going to get one uniform, but I can hope, man. And I'm really hoping for Annihilus. He's so damn cool. Anyways, congratulations to Cosmic Invasion. Hopefully it's a really good launch. Congrats to Marvel Games. And yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of the collab announcement and of this game. Are you excited? Big shout out one more time to Gabriel. If you think this kind of stuff is cool, I highly encourage you to engage with it, retweet it, repost it, because it is, you know, it's super important. How did I not? Oh, I quote tweeted it. Anyways, yeah, that's why I didn't repost it. Anyways, boys. Hit me up in the comments down below. All that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching the video. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.